Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, May 26, 2021. I'm Jeremy Crosby. Hope you had a wonderful day. Glad you're tuning in with us tonight here for Talking Fitchburg. Continuing on our special times this week because of the sports. But hey, we appreciate you tuning in anyways. And if you missed this show, you can watch it later on because it repeats at 10, 7:30, noon. And right back here at 6 for a next new live show. And we got a great show coming up for you today. We'll get you the latest in headlines in just a minute. We're going to continue our swim safety talk. Yesterday, we talked about swimming in open water and safety. Today, we're going to specifically focus on the rivers. There is a lot of rivers, and there's a lot of recreation regarding tubing, going on the river, tubing, floating down the river, all those things. But we want you to stay safe on there because rivers do pose different threats when it comes to swim safety. So we'll have our panel back talking about that today. And then we're going to go out to Fitchburg EMS. Jeff Doslick shared this information with us before, but talking about the Neomate belt system. We'll show you how that works and the folks who are behind the purchasing of getting that for us here for Fitchburg EMS. So a lot to get to today here on Talking Fitchburg, and we turn our attention here to the headlines, and we start with the Fitchburg Center Farmers Market. Yep, that returns back tomorrow, starting at 3 o'clock p.m. And it's 3 to 6 every Thursday now through October, and that's at Agora Pavilion, 5511 East Shore Parkway. Remember, there is construction down there, so please plan ahead if you're coming out to attend this. Road construction continuing on Woods Hollow and right at the intersection of East Shore and Fisheye Road. I've got some work happening there, so plan ahead. Remember, it's free admission. Practice all of the safety precautions in place. You can check the website for more information on that. But all of your famous weekly great produce, fruits, flowers, cheeses, meats, baked goods, so many things. Come on out and you'll have a good time with picking up some fresh vegetables and local market items. Speaking of the market, Strawberry Fest. Mark this on your calendar. Strawberry Fest is back, and that'll be on Thursday, June 17th from 3 to 6 p.m. Not only can you come out and get all your favorites, but during this time, you come out and grab some Culver's Strawberry Sundays. Enjoy live music and discover lots of strawberry-themed offerings from all the vendors that are part of that great event. And we'll be working on our coverage to see if we can get out there again. I remember last year we broadcasted out there live. It was a lot of fun, so hopefully we can return. Well, I guess that was 2 years ago now. Wow. Time flies by too much, so we'll be checking in on that one either way. So get that on the calendar. All right, sticking with food here, a new partnership with the Fitchburg Senior Center and the Hy-Vee is coming here. I want to tell you about this. Partnership with Hy-Vee is coming to the nutrition program in July. Starting on July 7th, our Wednesday congregate meals will be prepared and hosted by Hy-Vee in Fitchburg. Participants will be able to choose from a limited menu of 4 breakfast or for lunch options. The congregate meals at Hy-Vee will be every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. All seniors ages 60 and plus are welcome, regardless of your ability to donate. How does it work? Well, if transportation needed, all you got to do is call the Senior Center, 270-4290, by 10 a.m. the day before. You'll arrive at Hy-Vee Grocery Store in the Market Grill restaurant inside. That's where you'll be going to enjoy your meal. Sign in with the My Meal, My Way program staff. Place your donation in the My Meal, My Way donation box. Meal donations are confidential, recommended at $4 per meal as a suggested donation. Meal costs supported by the Dane County Senior Nutrition Program, exclusive of tip. Staff give you a My Meal, My Way Hy-Vee menu and seat you at an available table. Then the Hy-Vee staff will then come by to your table, take your breakfast or lunch order, limit of 1 meal per day. If someone under the age of 60 is joining you, they can order from the standard Hy-Vee menu and we'll pay the Hy-Vee separately. Wait staff will then bring your meal out to your table and you'll smile and eat and enjoy all the goodies. So glad to have that partnership starting up, and we'll pass on more information as that comes in. All right, turning our attention to the Better Business Bureau on a scam alert. Top tricks used to scam older adults. We got the breakdown for you. No matter your age, no one is immune to scams. I repeat, no one is immune to scams. The most recent 2020 Better Business Bureau Scam Tracker Risk Report, romance scams continue to be the riskiest scam for ages 55 through 64. And travel, vacation, timeshare scams were again the riskiest for ages 65 and plus. Regardless of the type of scam, BBB recommends that the following precautions to avoid becoming a victim. Tips to spot potential scams: watch out for the phone fraud. The Federal Trade Commission reports that fraudulent telemarketers often direct their calls at older adults. Scammers will claim to be with a government agency or pose as a bank employee. They may sound friendly and courteous or aggressive and threatening. They may even have caller ID that matches their claims. That's spoofing. Got to watch out for that. However, caller ID can easily be spoofed by government agencies. Don't mistake unsolicited calls. You just don't want to answer them. No, it is vital. It is vital to cultivate a healthy distrust for unsolicited callers and avoid sharing personal information. Never feel pressure to act. When in doubt, hang up. Yeah. Who cares if you hang up on? Click. You can do that. That's all I'm saying. Well, I guess you don't click anymore. You just press end, but you get the point. Just outdated myself there. All right. You can also reduce the number of unsolicited calls by registering your phone with the National Do Not Call Registry at 1-888-382-1222. That's right, buddy. Ooh, you can do that. DoNotCall.gov. Yeah, I know. Know the red flags. Most scammers use common tactics to get your money or personal information. Keep an eye out for the following too good to be true claims, like free, low cost, buy one, get one. Yeah, all of those things sound very bad. Don't do it. Hey, guess what? You want more information? We're going to share the link with you so you can go and learn more about this. And Better Business Bureau is here. Report these scams. Stay protected. And if you got any questions, you can always contact their number that is on your screen. All right, that does it for our headlines. I've got to quiet down my son. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be talking about swim safety as you head out to the rivers. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. Ready! That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is our panel of experts as we continue Water Safety Week here on Talking Fitchburg, and nationally and internationally. We're excited. I've got the group back. Haley from Safe Kids, Karen and Jenny from Swim West. So happy to have everybody back today. And today we're going to focus on, we talked about open water the day before, but we really wanted to focus on rivers. Rivers pose a total different environment all around. And we know last year with COVID, a lot of people took to those outdoor events, including tubing, a popular thing more probably in the adult side of things, but doesn't mean that there's still places that people like to go, like sandbars on the Wisconsin River and other places. So today we will focus on river water safety. And Karen, I'll go right to you on this one as we kick this off. What are the differences between the pool, the lake, and then we hit the river?
The river just terrifies me. Terrifies me. There are so many drownings that happened last year in the river. And if parents would just educate themselves before they bring their children to the river, or if they're going to go with their group of friends and go tubing or go canoeing, I know a bunch of different people who went canoeing on the river last year and tipped over. Great, very, very good people. I mean, know what they were doing and everything, and they still tipped their canoe. And so the sandbars are so uncertain. You can be walking, and next thing you know, the current has just taken you out and you're under the water, which is why, like I said earlier in the last one, flip, float, follow. Flip on your back as soon as you have got into a rip current and you can't, and you feel that taking your legs up, flip on your back and then float there for a minute and then take a really big deep breath. Take a deep breath. I'm okay. I'm on my back. This is where you can yell for help. At the same time, I want you to follow the current. Follow the current down. It's going to take you out a little bit and everything, but follow it till you're out of the current and then swim back in. If you're going to go against the current, that's when you lose your energy. That's when it takes you under more, and then you're not able to get out. So even the strongest swimmers will get caught in a current and drown, which we saw a lot last year. We saw 3 drownings in Wisconsin, I think, if not more, that were very strong swimmers that were adults that got caught trying to save their families, boating and different things. Sometimes even if you're wearing your life jacket, if you're struggling, and you will take yourself under. So that's important. The other thing I want you to know is to always wear a life jacket around the river. If you're fishing on the side of the river and you think, I'm just fishing, I'm fine, put your life jacket on. It's still really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been on these sandbars where it is not safe. And not safe in the sense that you just don't feel. For me, I didn't feel comfortable. But knowing some of those risk factors that you just talked about, Jenny, when I'm thinking back to, and this was a long time ago. Not saying that I'm that old, but old enough to remember some of the swim lessons. I'm lucky that my family put my brother and I through swim lessons all the time, every year. Didn't matter. But when we're talking in the swim lessons, there is a lesson about floating and treading water, and just what Karen had talked about with just generally swimming with the current. How do you teach those things for kids, especially new swimmers, on some of the things she was talking about?
The biggest part about floating, especially rolling to your back, is just being calm. Not panicking, not kicking, not freaking out. That's when the water starts to go over your face. It'll come down. You'll start, you're splashing everywhere and you're just making it worse for you. So ours is just to be calm. And like Karen said, roll to your back, just float there for a minute, take a big breath, say, okay, I'm on my back, my face is above the water, I am breathing, I am fine. And then, kind of do what you need to do. If you need to roll one to kind of see where you are, areas, then roll onto your stomach, but then go ahead and roll right back to your back. And we start that for lessons. We start that at an early age because it's a concept to get as far as jumping into anything, rivers, pools, lakes, wherever they need to do, is jumping in and rolling over to your back to get that breath to say, okay, where are my surroundings? Where do I need to go to be able to get myself out safely? And so just being calm is probably the biggest part of that. Obviously wearing a life jacket, the Coast Guard approved life jackets that have, for younger kids, they have a little pillow on the back of them, and that will help kids automatically roll over to their back and flip to their back, and they're able to float on that aspect. And then they do have a handle where a parent can, stick a hand in and grab them out of the water with that little handle on that little floating device.
Karen, talking specifically on the worst case scenario, you had your little one, you have them in a life jacket, you notice that they were in the water and the water's taking them. Natural reaction is to go after them, and that's when we start to see this further development of unfortunate, the accident gets worse. In that moment, no matter adult, child, whatever, what would be your recommendation if somebody does pull away in a river, in a current, or you can't find them and you think they've gone under? What would be your reaction in telling people what to do?
At first, I would make sure someone's calling 911. You're already going to be in a situation. So just get help started as soon as possible. And then take something with you, a noodle. Don't just run into the water on a thing. Like, you know that you're in a crisis mode at that point. Now you are in crisis. And so hopefully you have a life jacket by you also. Get the life jacket on and then enter into the water. Going swimming right into the stream is going to be hard. If you went downstream farther, that's where they're going to be going, and trying to capture them down that way, that might be a way to go. You're probably running into very cold water on that, because underneath it's colder. And then as soon as 911 gets called, they're on their way. But you're going to want to put together the people who can do the chain. So one person takes another person, takes another, and then they hold their hands, and then that's when they walk in and they try to find that person. If you go on by yourself, you're going to become another victim. So that's the chain of event of people. The chain of people is probably the best way to go get that child or that situation, if you can do it.
Yeah, and by no means are any of us here today recommending that you jump in the water to try to save somebody. I'm not. I would want to put that out there, because I know none of us would want that to happen. But there are certain circumstances that may or may not allow for different rescue type stuff. And Haley, as we look at that type of safety rescue stuff, what does Safe Kids offer for parents when we're talking about rescue or safety information? You talked a little bit about, or we talked a little bit about CPR this last go around, but other safety things that we should keep in mind when we're heading out to these places.
Yeah, absolutely. So Safe Kids really recommends like being aware of your environment. So as we had mentioned as a whole panel, that environment is going to be completely different. We have those currents, we have boats, we have a lot of things that we won't see in that, closed in pools. And so just being aware of that, and really educating on that importance of those life jackets. It's easy for kids to be with other kids and they're like, well, they're not wearing them. Why do I have to wear them? And just educating on that, and really keeping those kiddos close to you. It's easy, we're out, we're having a great time, places get crowded, but really making sure that regardless of the environment, who's there, that we are keeping our eyes on those kiddos at all times.
Absolutely. And a lot of great resources on the Safe Kids website. You can check that out. And even checking in with Karen or Jenny at Kids West, a lot of great information. We're gonna cap this one off. We got 2 more to go for this week. You guys are doing awesome. Thank you so much for this great information. It's been a fun week, and we're going to continue with backyard pools the next time we get together. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Now in our guest segment, today we're going to take you out to Fitchrona EMS. Jeff Doslick had talked to us about the NeoMate belt system. And today they're going to tell us a little bit about the story behind it, plus show you how it works right now.
So with Children's Health Alliance of Wisconsin, we discovered that we needed a more efficient and effective way to transport infants from the weight of 5 pounds up to 14 pounds, essentially the itty bitty babies that we would typically transport in their own car seats. So to do that, we got the NeoMate, which is essentially a car seat that straps to the cot that allows us to position the infant as needed, as well as care for them with their airway, do CPR, provide medication, start IVs, and just general monitoring. Car seats are the safest for personal vehicles, not necessarily the safest for an ambulance. To fulfill the need for us to get the NeoMates, we applied for a grant through Quick Trip, and we were given that grant through the Quick Trip Cares Foundation, so we can now safely transport our little Quick Trippers. We also were given a grant donation from a local family whom we'd cared for their child, and they gave us a sizable donation for us to use as we saw appropriate, so why not use it for pediatric product? So this is our NeoMate. It is our brand new device, essentially a portable car seat. It also is a space saver because it folds up like this. By unbuckling it, it has everything we need inside, as well as a head cradle. So we would just unbuckle it, open up all the straps as such, and it attaches to our cot. And it's more secure than transporting the patient in their own car seat because we are able to make it snug, and it is built for this, essentially built for this. So we do that. And then our other straps secure to a bar underneath the mattress. And with practice, this can be done, fairly quickly and efficiently. So it buckles underneath where the mattress goes instead of to the arms of the cot itself. So from here, we can adjust the seat as needed, up, down. We can do it down if we have to do CPR. We can have it all the way up for comfort. We have everything you would have in a regular car seat, except this one folds up. We have a headrest, we have buckles, and we have groin straps. So we would unfold and unbuckle all of these straps. And my little monkey baby here sits in like this. We have a nice head cradle for the little bitty babies. And we basically strap them in just like a car seat. As with a regular car seat, you want your chest buckle at the sternum at the level of the armpit. Nice and tight, not loose. And the groin straps the same way. Nice and tight, not loose. We can tighten as needed to make sure baby is secure. So now we have baby in the portable car seat. We have the head cradle, chest strap, groin strap, and essentially baby isn't going anywhere in the event of a motor vehicle accident in the ambulance. We can manage baby's airway. We can still do CPR if we had to by taking this buckle off. We can still have access to arms, legs, things like that for taking blood pressures, monitoring pulse oximeter, as well as starting IVs if we need to. And in the event that something were to happen in the ambulance, we were to have a crash situation, this would be safest for baby versus being in a car seat because they are secured to the cot with a device made to do so. So that's our NeoMate. Ages as appropriate, weight 5 pounds up to 14. So we could essentially transport a brand new newborn baby up to a baby probably 8 months old in this NeoMate. For babies and children who are greater than 14 pounds, we also have what's called a PediMate. And this isn't new to the service. We've had this for quite some time. It's just another device, a portable car seat, to do what this does with bigger children. So, deploys the same way. It unrolls. This takes children and infants from sized 15 pounds up to 40 pounds. So it would deploy the same way to the head of the cot. Secure like that. with these buckles securing to where the mattress would go on the side of the cot. And it is just as secure as the Neomate. It's just bigger. So from here, we would unbuckle our buckles, and it's the exact same, made by the same company, Furno and Furno. We would take our, now we'll say 15-pound baby, out of our Neomate and place that baby, too large for the Neomate, saying he weighs 15 pounds, we would take him and put him into the Pedimate. And the deployment is the same as the Neomate. It does not have a head cradle because infants who weigh more than 14 pounds typically are able to support their own head and neck. In the instance that they're not able to, we are still able to make a head cradle with a blanket or a towel roll. You want the sternum clip at the sternum, at the level of the armpit, to ensure the most safe attachment to baby. And these are also the groin straps. You would want them pulled nice and tight as well. You don't want to be able to pinch any of this. And again, the child is secured to the cot with a device made for transporting pediatric patients in an ambulance. We still have access to patient's airway, chest for CPR procedures if we needed to, as well as limbs for vital signs, IV things, hand holding. So now that we have two devices to safely transport pediatric patients, we have the Neomate and the Pedimate, transporting patients from 5 pounds up to 40 pounds, we have the safest, most efficient way to transport those patients. Traditionally, we would have used car seats because we knew the patient's car seat was fit for them, and it was the easiest to use. However, we now have these that are space-saving, rapid deployed, and they're made to do so on the cot. That is what they're there for. So we now have those thanks to Quick Trip and the family donation that we got.
There you have it. I want to thank everybody for the donations, and it's a great piece, another great tool to have on the ambulance, and we'll continue to share all the stories that come in from Fitchburg right here on TF. Take a quick break, wrap up the show next. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
All right, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day. I want to thank all of our guests, including our swim panel and Jeff Doslick from Fitchburg EMS helping us out setting up that story. As we wrap up here, remember you can stay connected with Fact TV right there. It's on your screen, Facebook and YouTube. Have a great day, everybody.